Welcome back, trainers. So, interesting video here. We're going to discuss Arcanine in Pokemon Go, but first I want to go over its legendary status and how it may have could have been a legendary in Pokemon a long time ago. So we're going to take a look at an image here, or more of a GIF from the intro of the original Pokemon cartoon. It is going to show Arcanine, okay? And I'm going to explain all this. Then Zapdos, and Articuno. Now, it was originally said that Arcanine should have been the Fire Legendary for Gen 1 instead of Moltres, but that is just speculation. And then we have an image from the cartoon that also shows Arcanine alongside the legendary birds, possibly an Easter egg. There's more of a clear shot there. And then in even a newer episode, we have yet again this picture with Arcanine alongside the legendary birds. So just a fun fact there for you. What do you think about that? Actually, in a few Pokedex entries throughout the Pokemon series games, it actually even states it being some sort of legendary, but I have a feeling this is just tied into mythology and also the fact that it was almost a legendary in Gen 1 and dropped because, well, 2 legendary birds and then a dog would have kind of not made any sense, so they made a Moltres. So there is the back history a little bit on Arcanine. Now let's go ahead and take a look at its stats within Pokemon Go. Now this is a fairly good Pokemon in the main series games, quite tanky. It can take water hits, and it does have special abilities to make it quite a fierce opponent to go up against as well. Pure Fire type here, and it does have a quite unique moveset. We will take a look at that as well. Good for defending against its weaknesses and attacking as well. Max CP potential 2839, attack 227, defense 166, and stamina 180. Fairly rounded Pokemon, nice CP. That attack is fairly good. I used to use Arcanines back in the day when they had the level 10 gyms to take out Blissies. It would be one of the Pokemon I would pick to help me go up against them alongside Alakazam. This was before I had a ton of Machamps, okay? I had like one Machamp and you couldn't switch your moves. So it had Stone Edge, right? Or Cross Chop, something weak. So Arcanine was a great choice. As you will see, I'm going to be going up against a Blissey. I could have done a lot better against the 3100 CP Blissey if I dodged. I could have just used one Arcanine with the Wild Charge, but I wasn't dodging the quick moves. So yeah, it is going to be weak against Ground, Rock, and Water, resisting Bug, Fairy, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Steel types. So that is pretty good, you know, just a fire type there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at its moveset, see what we have going on. So for its quick moves, we have Snarl and Fire Fang. And for its charge moves, we have Wild Charge, Fire Blast, and Crunch. Alright, so these are the current moves that it can learn right now. We're going to look at the legacy moves here in a moment, okay? So currently, with the current moveset, without legacies, what would you want to defend ideally? Well, the best defense set is going to probably be Snarl and Wild Charge. That's what it looks like. Or Snarl and Crunch. Fire Fang works. But think about this. If they're using a water type, you're not going to want to have Fire Fang. Or if they're using a ground and rock type like Rhydon or Golem or something like that, it's not going to be very effective. So it's better to have Snarl because it's just going to be neutral damage, and also Crunch neutral damage. Now, if they're using water types, Wild Charge is going to hit them hard and surprise them. I mean, if the person going up against the gym is experienced, they might have prior knowledge and be like, okay, this has the potential to have Wild Charge, so I'll prepare myself accordingly. But otherwise, dropping an Arcanine with Snarl and Wild Charge is a fairly good gym defender. Can it get taken out quickly by strong water Pokemon like Kyogre, Gyarados? But if Gyarados gets hit by Wild Charge, say goodnight. But, you know, water Pokemon in general, like Vaporeon, yeah, they can. Once that Arcanine gets hit by Hydro Pump. But I can guarantee you, if your Arcanine is almost maxed out, it will get off a Wild Charge. Now, if you're thinking, well, what about rocks? Like Tyranitar. Well, yes, Tyranitar is going to destroy Arcanine. But, you know, you can't win them all. It's one fire type. I'm trying to give you the best advice for what it's weak against. So, obviously, there's going to be Pokemon that are going to dominate it no matter what moveset it has. Now, let's go ahead and look at the legacies. We have Bite, Flamethrower, and Bulldoze. Bite is going to be a quick move. So what would you think? What should I have, Bite or Snarl? Well, let's take a look at the Bite, damage, and then Snarl. So it's definitely going to be you're going to want Snarl, but if you have a Legacy, I don't recommend you switch it anymore, because that's just, high trade value, and it's a prize to hold on to. Flamethrower is also going to be a good gym defender for Arcanine as well. It's not going to be doing that much damage against those, rock, water types, but it's still going to hold its own decently. Bulldoze is also a fantastic one as well. Kind of weird move to dodge for a lot of trainers, and also it's going to be good against Tyrannitars if they're using those. So there you have the moveset. Best offense set. Now let's talk about that. You're probably going to go with Fire Fang and Fire Blast. Okay, you're going to get full stab there. But the problem with Fire Blast is it's very slow to get off. Not only that, but it's one charge bar. So I would also recommend Snarl and Wild Charge, and then Snarl and Crunch. They're all technically good. Really, they are. You will be getting that stab from your quick move. Does quite a bit of damage, so the things that are weak to fire should be, getting hurt quite a bit with that. And then the rest of them are just quite neutral. Work well. I tested them all out. They work fantastic. Okay, so we were just on GoHub. Now we're on GamePress. This is another fantastic site to use to compare DPS. All ready for you here. So we're going to go best offensive moveset. Now this is not my personal opinions. Now this is the site here. Best offensive moveset is going to be Snarl Wild Charge, Bite Wild Charge, Fire Fang Wild Charge, Fire Fang Flamethrower, Fire Fang Fire Blast. So my first recommendation was a C rank. Best is going to be Snarl and Wild Charge. Yeah, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. But I didn't realize that my Fire Fang Fire Blast option was so low. But then you have that Legacy Flamethrower in there as well. So pretty good, as you can see. And then for offense or defensive, it's going to be Snarl and Wild Charge once again. Then Bite and Wild Charge, Fire Fang Wild Charge, Fire Fang Flamethrower, Legacy, Fire Fang, and Fire Blast. But it doesn't even recommend that. It just goes down to Snarl and Flamethrower. All right, so all around, what do you want on your Arcanine? Not even a fire move, apparently. Snarl and Wild Charge, period, all around. So there you go. I enjoy Fire Fang anyways. You never know if you're going to use it to attack a gym and you want to just go up against something that's weak against fire, like perhaps a Metagross, as we've seen here, or some sort of grass type. Okay, so there you have it in order. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at my Arcanines. I would have had a lot more, but the thing is I'm transferring them because I just don't need to hold on to so many. As long as I have a solid, good 4 of them, I'm happy. Alright, so this one does have Fire Fang and Crunch. It did have Snarl and Crunch because I dropped it in a gym. It's nice to have a diverse amount of these. One with, fire moves, electric, and then the dark move set. So this is my dropper here. I think I'm going to change it up, but then again, there is no point because I have everything I need. 2 wild charges already, and then we have Fire Fang, Trigger, a long-time helper of taking down level 10 gyms. A lot of my long-time watchers will remember this one right here. A lot of wins on these if you're looking at that in the gym battles before I go in. Quite a few. And then we have Fire Fang and Wild Charge, which I should probably change to... let's go ahead and do that to Snarl, because that was the best defense set, right? So there we go. Best defense and offense, apparently. And it does work good. As you can see, the Blissey, 3100 plus Blissey. Like I said, if I would have dodged those quick moves, I would have been able to take it out with probably just one Arcanine. All right, so fairly good moveset there. And then we have another one, both ideal for dropping and attacking Pokemon. Although you're not getting any stab or any use out of its fire type, it still has a good moveset because Wild Charge is just that good. So there is Arcanine, guys. Pretty cool Pokemon. Thought I would cover it because, well, look at it. Considered a legendary. This thing should have been possibly a legendary in Gen 1. But I can see why they switched it up. I don't know why they would make 2 of them birds and then 1 of them a dog. But then there's also this speculation that Houndoom and Houndour were supposed to be in Gen 1 minus the Dark type alongside Arcanine. So maybe a trio of fire like beasts, but that somehow got scrapped and then later added into Gen 2 with the Dark type added on there. So some fun facts. Who knows what's really going on? I have a feeling they carry on the word legendary in the Pokedex for some of these games because, well, it's kind of like tied in with mythology and kind of maybe even an Easter egg as to what it should have been in the Gen 1 series. So there you have it, folks. Arcanine, pretty cool Pokemon, pretty tanky. If you have a few of them already powered up and they don't really see any battles, maybe give them a shot. Drop them in a gym if they have this moveset. See what you think about it. So with that said, trainers, I want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully Niantic will be dropping some news regarding anything soon. I know we've been overflowing with news lately, but now it just seems so quiet. So we should be switching up with the Reggie. Who knows if we're going to get Regirock or Steel next, but we'll just have to wait and see. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time.